Welcome to the Learning English podcast. Hello, and welcome back to Cheat Sheet for Mastering English Quickly. I'm your host, Jennifer.
And I'm John. It's fantastic to have you with us for episode 2. We got some great feedback from our first episode, so thank you all for tuning in.
We really did. It seems like a lot of you are eager to bypass the boring stuff and get straight to the good parts of learning English. And today, we are tackling a big one, vocabulary.
Ah, yes, the mountain of new words that every learner feels like they have to climb. It can feel really intimidating.
Exactly, but it doesn't have to be. In this episode, we're sharing some of our favorite simple vocabulary hacks and memory tricks to help you learn new words faster and actually remember them.
All right, we're throwing out the old, dusty textbook methods. So let's start with the biggest mistake most people make, rote memorization. Just reading endless lists of words and their definitions.
Ugh, I am so guilty of this. When I was learning Spanish, I bought this tiny pocket dictionary and thought, I'll just memorize 5 pages a day.
5 pages. How did that work out for you?
It was a spectacular failure. By day 3, I couldn't remember the words from day 1, and I had a vague, panicked memory of the word for aardvark, which, let's be honest, is not very useful in everyday conversation.
Right. Unless you work at a zoo, that's the core problem. Your brain isn't designed to remember isolated, abstract pieces of information. It needs connections. It needs context.
Which brings us to our very first vocabulary hack. Context is king, or queen.
Absolutely. So instead of learning a word like ephemeral as just lasting for a very short time, find it in a sentence.
Right. For example, the beauty of the cherry blossoms is ephemeral. It's stunning, but it only lasts for a week. Suddenly, the word has a picture, a feeling attached to it.
Exactly. A picture in your mind. And the best way to do this is to absorb English from real sources. Read a short news article online. Watch a 10-minute YouTube video on a topic you love. Watch a movie with subtitles.
And when you see a new word, don't just write down the word. Write down the entire sentence you found it in. Your brain will remember the story around the word, not just the word itself.
So much more effective. I remember trying to learn the word ambiguous. I just couldn't get it to stick. Then I read a movie review that said the film's ending was frustratingly ambiguous. And bam! It clicked. I could picture the confused audience leaving the theater.
That's a perfect example. You connected it to an emotion, frustration. So that's hack number 1. Find words in the wild. Don't learn them from a list in a cage.
I like that, words in the wild. Okay, so what's next? Once we have the context, how do we really cement that word in our memory? I love that phrase, in the wild. It's so true, and it's not just about reading. Listening to podcasts on topics you enjoy is another fantastic way to find words in their natural habitat. If you're into cooking, listen to a cooking podcast. You'll learn words like sauté, braise, and zest in a way that makes sense. And it's not just about movies. I'm a huge video game fan, and I actually picked up a ton of vocabulary from narrative-heavy games. Words like quest, artifact, lore, ally, betrayal. They weren't just words on a list. They were part of an epic story I was experiencing. I was motivated to understand them because I needed to know what to do next.
This leads to my favorite part, memory tricks. Specifically, let's talk about mnemonics and visualization. This is where you can get really creative and silly.
Mnemonics. Okay, break that down for us.
A mnemonic is just a little trick to help you remember something. Often, it involves creating a phrase or an image that connects to the word's meaning. The funnier or weirder, the better, because our brains love novelty.
Okay, give me an example. Hit me with a tough word.
All right, how about gregarious? It means someone who is fond of company, sociable.
Gregarious. Okay, for me that word has Greg in it. So I picture a guy named Greg who is just outrageously social. He's got a party hat on. He's telling jokes to a huge crowd. Greg is gregarious.
Yes, that's perfect. You've just created a visual story. You'll never forget that word now. My personal one was for the word paucity, which means a scarcity or lack of something.
Paucity. Sounds like poor city.
Exactly. I imagined a poor city with a paucity of resources. It's a simple, silly link, but my brain latched onto it immediately.
That's brilliant. So you're essentially creating a little mental cartoon for every new word. It makes learning feel less like a chore and more like a game.
It really does. So for our listeners, next time you learn a new word, take 30 seconds, close your eyes, and create a weird, vivid, or funny image to go along with it. Trust me, it works.
Okay, so we have Hackner 1, context is king, and Hackner 2, use mnemonics and visualization. What's our third and final hack for today?
This one is a bit more technical, but it's a powerhouse. It's called spaced repetition.
Spaced repetition. Sounds scientific.
It is. The basic idea is that our brains forget things over time in a predictable pattern. So, to move a word from your short-term to your long-term memory, you need to review it at the exact moment you're about to forget it.
Okay, that makes sense. But how on earth do you know when that exact moment is? Do I need to set 1,000 alarms on my phone?
Thankfully, no. That's where technology comes in. There are apps called Spaced Repetition Systems, or SRS. You enter a new word and its meaning, maybe the sentence you found it in, and the app's algorithm handles the rest.
Ah, so it's like a smart flashcard system.
The smartest. It will show you a word, and you rate how well you remember it. If you remember it easily, the app will wait a long time before showing it to you again. If you struggle, it will show it to you much sooner, maybe the next day.
So it personalizes the learning process for you. That's incredibly efficient. It means you're not wasting time reviewing words you already know well.
Precisely. You're focusing your energy exactly where it's needed. There are many great apps out there. Some popular ones are Anki and Quizlet. Just spending 10 to 15 minutes a day with an SRS app can dramatically boost your vocabulary retention.
That feels very manageable. So to recap our 3 big hacks for today.
First, learn words in context. Find them in articles, shows, and songs. Ditch the boring lists.
Second, create funny and memorable mnemonics or visualizations. Be silly with it. Make Greg gregarious.
And third, use a spaced repetition system app to review words smartly and efficiently just before you forget them.
Those are some genuinely powerful tools. It takes the pressure off and makes the process of learning vocabulary actually fun. A bonus hack? I'm intrigued. Lay it on us.
Exactly. And since we have a little more time today, I think we should share one more bonus hack, a real cheat code for vocabulary. Okay, our bonus hack is all about becoming a word detective. It's about learning to see the secret code hidden inside of words. I'm talking about prefixes, suffixes, and roots. And be sure to join us next time for episode 3 of our series. We'll be moving from single words to full sentences. The topic is episode 3, everyday phrases and conversational phrases. We're going to give you the essential building blocks for real-world conversations.
Ah, like word anatomy, I've heard about this. So, you're saying if you know what the pieces mean, you can often guess the meaning of a completely new word. That really is a cheat code. So we've talked about finding words in context, using memory tricks, spaced repetition, and now word anatomy. It feels like we're building a complete toolkit. You won't want to miss that one. It's where the language really comes to life. Until then, I'm John.
The Learning English Podcast, helping you to learn English.